Hi, welcome and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. It's the weekend. Yes, we made it. And what a week it's been. I just watched my daughter play her last high school soccer game of the season, and they won 8-0 by the mercy rule. The other team just couldn't quite make it happen. And my daughter actually scored a lot of the goals in the game. So proud mom moment. And we've got a little bit of a break before club season starts. So anyway, when you discard the narcissist, they're going to want to be where you are. And a lot of time may have passed. There may be a lot of physical distance, emotional distance, and other things. But regardless, the narcissist is going to want to be where you are. And the narcissist knows that they're on borrowed time when they engage with you in a relationship, whether it's personal or professional or otherwise. And they know that they lack the social skills, the maturity, and just even the authenticity and integrity and the discipline to be able to sustain a healthy relationship with you. However, when you discard the narcissist first, it takes them by surprise in their euphoria over the fact that they've been able to enjoy all these perks and other benefits from being engaged with you in some kind of an arrangement or relationship. They also just lack self-awareness. They are in a dysregulated state already, and they are also very undisciplined and lack focus and just the clarity of mind to be able to really process their thoughts. You know, the trauma that they have likely been through and have not dealt with rewires the brain, and they are not able to foresee consequences or outcomes from, say, their behavior. And if the narcissist has issues with addiction, then that's also going to short circuit some things in the brain as well. And they'll have issues with drug-induced psychosis and things like that. That being said, the narcissist often just doesn't see it coming when you discard them first. And so it puts them in a situation where they're, again, triggered by their abandonment issues, because they've already been through a lot of abandonment in their lifetime. So it's going to trigger that. And it's also going to put them in a state of dysregulation. And they're going to be, if you can imagine someone trying to climb up a hill where maybe there's a bit of a rock slide, and they're going to be scratching and clawing to try to climb up that hill and sliding down to try to get a grip. And if you've discarded them first and you've been very firm in your stance, they're not going to be able to overcome that. It's too much for them to overcome. That being said, the narcissist, in their efforts to be where you are, will resort to a variety of things in order to accomplish this. Now, the narcissist may not have access to you physically. They may be too ashamed or embarrassed or just too afraid to deal with you personally, but they'll find other ways to try to be where you are. So I thought of a few examples of how that can play out, and I thought that I would share. And if you have any others that you'd like to add to the list, feel free to include those in the comments below, because those might be helpful in educating and enlightening other people. The reason that the narcissist will fight to be where you are is to be able to exert or exercise some kind of pseudo sense of power or control, because at the root of it all, that's what a lot of their motivation is, some sense of power or control. They have spent most of their life feeling out of control of different outcomes, like their abandonment, for example, and other things. And so exerting some kind of control or power, even if it's imagined or perceived, that's going to, in some ways, make them feel better and help them to regulate their emotions. One way that the narcissist will try to be where you are is through posturing. Now, in the relationship dynamic, the narcissist has been playing games with you. They have been stringing you along with future faking. They've been lying to you, manipulating you, and they've been extracting various types of supply from you. It could be money, time, attention, and other things, other resources, access to people, information about you. They've been spending a lot of time on this. So posturing is one way that they're going to try to be where you are after you have discarded them. Now, in an effort to kind of maintain some sense of dignity, even if it is false, but maintain some sense of dignity or protect their pride, the narcissist may display more covert behavior in an effort to kind of stay hidden, stay back, and not put themselves in harm's way in terms of a narcissistic injury or an ego bruise, really. So the narcissist may resort to trying to be where you are online. They're going to be lurking. They're going to be stalking your social media. They're going to be watching to see what you're doing and who you're interacting with and what kinds of things you might be up to or what kind of groups you might be a part of. And they're going to try to do that. Heck, they may even make their way into the narcissistic abuse community here on YouTube, thanks to you, in an effort to be where you are. And in doing so, they will utilize one of the multitude of fake accounts that they've created in order to stay hidden. And they will jump headlong into the comment sections on yours and other people's channels in order to interject commentary and try to be kind of one of the crowd, right? And in reality, the narcissist is a victim of narcissistic abuse. Whoever abandoned them, their caretaker, their birth parent, they are most likely a narcissist. So in that regard, they are a victim themselves. However, if you're here on this channel, you have likely been on the receiving end of abuse from the narcissist who's been abused themselves. See how this works? And so the narcissist, instead of doing the deep work of dealing with, facing, and healing from their own trauma and their own issues, they've chosen to take their anger, their hurt, their trauma, abandonment, whatever other abuse they've endured, sexual abuse, and a multitude of other things out on you and other people. And it gives them a sense of accomplishment or a sense of pride or a thrill maybe of being more covert and being able to kind of move in the same realm that you're in and capture the attention of other people like yourself who are here for the knowledge, here to learn, and here to grow through what you've been through and to do better and to show up in the world in a positive and productive and prosperous way. The second thing that will happen is projection. Narcissists are notorious for projection. Even in the relationship with you, they will project. However, when you've discarded them and they have positioned themselves to be where you are, they will project. And guess what they're going to project? I'll wait. They're going to project your story or your side of the story in the narcissistically abusive relationship with them. And they are going to take their behavior and all that they did to you, and they're going to internalize that, and then they are going to push it out in the same arena that you operate in and take that on as their own story. And they're going to project that out to whatever community that they have infiltrated in order to be where you are. And they're going to sell it to the community as their own story, when in reality, it's actually what they did to you. And so suddenly, your story becomes history or her story. See what I did there? They will play victim And they will garner the sympathy of other community members in an effort to feel better and to be where you are. The third thing that will happen is parroting. If you're a content creator, for example, they will take your words, take your insights, your deep insights that you are using for greater good and to help the masses, to help your community, right? And they will push that back out to you in your comments section, for example. And if you're not a content creator and you're just kind of throughout the community trying to learn and trying to take notes and deal with your own situation, better yourself, and overcome and heal, this is something for you to pay attention to, because narcissists will come into the community, and they may not be the narcissist that you were dealing with, but they may be the narcissist that somebody else has been dealing with. They will come in and they will parrot on someone else's channel. They will throw back or regurgitate the same words that, say, a content creator has said in their video, for example, and they will type those in the comments section, and in an effort to sound smart or sound like they're in agreement or sound like they're insightful. They really don't live in their bodies. They live very much outside of their bodies, and they more react to external variables. So they don't really have that depth of insight. If they can't even self-reflect, do some deep work and reflection on themselves and their own situation and their own life, then how are they going to be able to offer that to anybody else? Anyway, parroting is a tactic that they will use to fit in, to seem like one of the crowd, one of you, like they're part of the family, part of the gang, part of the group, part of the crew. And it will make it seem like you have a lot in common, or even to a content creator, they might consider it flattering, or you may consider it helpful. And really, they're just regurgitating what they've heard somebody else say. Not only that, but in their parroting, say, for example, of a content creator, they will also use your verbiage and your language and project that out into the community that they have entered in order to be where you are. And they will use your vocabulary words. They will, if you're an educated person, you're intelligent, they will use some of your words. They will use some of your favorite phrases in an effort to impress other people, sound intelligent, sound really sophisticated maybe, or be funny if it's something humorous. Either way, this also falls in line with the fact that narcissists lack an identity. They don't have a strong sense of self. They're very insecure. These are children who have not been nurtured at the time when they critically needed it, and who have gone on into adulthood and are stuck wherever they were when they were traumatized. So, let's review. When you discard the narcissist, they're going to want to be where you are. So much so that they will create a multitude of fake accounts in order to follow, in order to fit in order to, just navigate their way through your stomping grounds, whatever they are. And a few things are going to happen. One, posturing, positioning themselves in the places where you are, in the places where you frequent, and establishing themselves as part of the group, part of the family, and then projecting or projection. They are going to gather details from your story and possibly some of the other people that they have done dirty or done wrong or been in relationships with, and they will project that out into the community. But specifically, they will use your story or your position in the relationship story when you were dealing with them, and they will project that out into the community. And your story will become what? History, or her story if you were dealing with a female narcissist. Thirdly, parroting will take place. They will mimic, copy, regurgitate, repeat words, phrases, slang, jokes, humor, vocabulary, different things that they may even regurgitate names. They may, the fake accounts sometimes tell a story of who the narcissist has been with. Partners, other people that they have scammed, conned, manipulated, duped, tricked, slept with. Sometimes the fake accounts can tell a story. And here's another little tip for you. Here's some free game for you. They could be male or female. Think about that. In resorting to parroting, you have to keep in mind that there are a few things that the narcissist will try to gain from parroting. One is vocabulary. Narcissists are very limited in their creativity. They're very, not very insightful. They're very short-sighted, but they also lack depth of insight. And so they're going to be looking to gain vocabulary, phrases, words, jokes, humor, just things like that that are going to help them to be able to blend in a little bit better when they want to be where you are. The second thing that they're going to be looking to accomplish through the parroting is a voice. Narcissists, much like you, have been silenced to a certain degree and have felt unheard for a good portion of their life, if not all of their life. And they oftentimes will infiltrate groups and communities in order to feel heard in some way, shape, or form. In fact, when the narcissist engaged with you, you likely served as an audience or some kind of a sounding board maybe to them. So they're going to look to gain a voice through the parroting. And thirdly, through parroting, they'll be looking for validation. And this is where the likes, you hitting the like button on a particular comment that really is just regurgitated from the content creator's video. You hitting the like button, you commenting and puffing them up, building them up with some kind of a comment. Oh, great comment. I agree. And me too. They'll be looking for validation. They're going to want to be where you are, and they already enjoyed certain benefits from being where you were or being engaged with you to a certain degree for a certain period of time. And in the aftermath, when you've walked away, removed yourself from the situation and gotten away from toxicity, they're going to be looking for validation. And it kind of gives them a boost in a sense to get validation where you are. If you were a good source of supply to the narcissist, they are going to want to be where you are. Because the narcissist, they may not be good at a lot of things, but they are good at telling that you've got it going on and that you're going places. So they're definitely going to want to be where you're at. And sometimes that just means being in the community where you are. And it could be from a disruptive standpoint, or just being more covert with it and observing, watching, waiting in anticipation or anxiety to see, okay, what are they going to do next? Are they going to expose me? Are they going to tell on me? Are they going to out me? Oh my gosh. Which, by the way, is a stress response, and it's not healthy. Anyway, comment below and share your thoughts, insights, observations, and experiences about when the narcissist is discarded by you and them wanting to be where you are. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.